Like a threat. Come on.
I think that's probably on stream. Hello, everybody.
Oh no.
Yeah, because when I said I'll unmute, I did actually click unmute.
Oh.
I'm fine with that.
So, hello.
Oops, did I say that out loud?
We're back
Surprising.
for
Hello.
more D&D, 5th edition.
We're back.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to... Oh, I forgot to open up the Twitch chat. I'll do that as we speak.
Room's bath is here.
Hello, Roomspath.
I'll bust through 916. Hello.
Oh, who's here?
Yeah. And they use it in chat view.
Drat, that changes all my plans.
Community view.
This is spoiled again.
Mm-hmm.
This is filed again. Community view. Yeah, like Droopy.
Is that is that Elmer Fudd or is that?
It's Droopy. It's an old MGM character.
Oh, right.
Okay, so
Have you seen that?
About chat.
I don't think so. I've heard the phrase curses.
It's
Foiled again.
I'm
That
not
kind
sure
of
if it's I don't think it's from that character, but I think he did say it. That is this character.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
It's from 1943.
He's funny.
Oh yeah.
He is very slow, but has a way of beating everybody in a race, mainly criminals that he's tracking down as a detective.
Yeah.
Because you know Bloodhound, that sort of thing. So he's in a lot of stories. He's a detective,
Yes.
and so it's like the criminals, like the like bank robbers or something.
Yeah.
Running away with their loot and their race car or whatever, then they hop into an airplane, go to another continent, climb a mountain, and then breathe, rest, and then the camera pans and Droopy's just standing there with that facial expression.
Yeah.
And then they run away to another continent and he's there again.
Yeah. He
And
pretty
it's-
much always has that expression.
Yeah, it's like he teleports to anyway.
I
That's a
didn't.
secret power.
Yeah,
In one of them, there's also a joke where there's like a whole hallway full of Droopies, where it's like, well, do you think there's only one of us?
yeah.
Yeah.
For a hive mind, don't you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they all said that in unison as well.
Oh,
Oh.
cool.
Of
Definitely a
course.
hive mind.
Yeah. And
I think that goes across the line from being whimsical to just ever so slightly creepy.
Oh, of course.
yeah, and Droopy also appeared in like Roger Rabbit animated shorts. They did 3 of them as like promotion for the movie, I think after the movie, and he also appeared in all 3 of those.
That's probably where I know it from then.
And that's where he also said Curses Foiled Again.
Oh yeah.
So hello, Roomspath and Kango Fango in chat.
Hello.
To who did you just say hello? Roomspath or Kango?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
do... So, the usual people are here. So, Kango Fango,
Hello.
Emichu,
Damn it! I was gonna do that.
Hello.
Emichu, aka Emu, aka Sparkle Puff, aka Jamie.
AKA Rat Boy.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
got a lot of aliases going on.
Heck yeah.
And then we've got Kiri, aka Willis, aka Robert Bennett.
Beep, beep, beep.
Hello.
Then we've got me, and then we've got Miss W, aka W dot, aka W.
Hello.
Hello.
So, also with Kango, it's also
Well,
you
it's
also
Spectre.
yeah
8686.
also Peperace, wasn't it?
That was the old username, yes.
Anyway, screen capture. So here we are.
Hello.
You can see this is Arkan Fenwick. Please
Hello.
go.
Okay, let me just get up my thing. I am a elf wizard who I'm currently. I've recently finished magic school, but I've recently finished magic school, so I'm quite low on money, but I still wish to continue independent studies. So I am here to essentially form a contract between a patron and sort of the section of the island that sells gems, and I will hopefully get a cut of that contract.
Very interesting.
Yes, I'm very socially awkward. They've got like a -2 to charisma, or something like that.
That sounds familiar.
Yes, I know. And then we've got
Yeah,
Brak
these-
again.
Elf war priest who wanders the world, exploring and learning new stuff and helping the oppressed.
You know, the more you say that, the more it sounds like the Doctor. Especially the War Doctor.
Hmm.
Yeah. I wonder if that's coincidental.
A war priest doctor.
So, and I mean,
Actually, the war doctor is my favorite doctor.
huh? I mean, even the entrenching tool could be seen as kind of a multi-purpose thing, like the sonic screwdriver.
It's my sonic e-tool.
And then
The sonic mace.
we have Carl.
Hello.
Carl.
Carl.
Cow!
Not Carl.
Yeah, Carr is a Aarakocra archer, and he has come to this land to find out what happened to a dear friend of his that has since passed away. He's wanting to find out what his memory.
Thank you very much. We've got
And he's got shiny feathers now.
yes, and we have one more, which is hold on the gift. Yeah, there we go. There's the gift. Mima Phalor.
Indeed, Mima Jolina Phalor is a. Hold on.
Hem.
Is
A gnome.
gnome druid. A gnome druid who has come to the city. Well, I'll spare the entire backstory. I'll just say her brother was wrongly imprisoned for supposedly stealing one of the councillor's jewels, and wants to get the brother out, basically, and prove his innocence.
I thought you were going to go into Mima Fima Cabina the Minor Gentle TV. No, that's on.
Only that's the actual character's name.
Luther says, "Now may we start." Yes,
Yes, yes.
that's a song reference.
Mm-hmm. Let's actually start though.
Actually, though,
Yeah.
I will very quickly clear the chat on Roll20 just so I don't accidentally show the invite link. There we go. Right, so small recap. Last session, you had begun with Ka having been rescued, and
Thank you, everybody.
you spent the rest of the day, well, some of you spent the rest of the day shopping and relaxing, gaining your strength for the days to come.
So we also did plan.
Yes, while one of you spent
You
the
also had a
day spent the day nursing drinks, listening to conversations, gaining a little bit of insight into something that may be going on with the Green Matriarch. And yeah, that.
Had a
Oh
good
no,
dance.
you also had
Oh yeah.
a very fun evening at the Skelly Shine Tavern.
Yes, dancing.
And I believe that is
Where we left
everything
off.
important. Am I missing something? Are there details anyone would like to mention?
Just a quick question, because it's not saved itself on the PDF I use. What was the spell scroll that I bought?
Scroll of Mage Armor.
Mage armor.
And you paid 50 gold pieces for it.
Yeah, I'll just.
Oh, I forgot I turned off hardware acceleration on Chrome.
Mm.
Roll20 is very laggy.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, so we are ready to begin / continue.
Rumble!
It's not even.
So, as we left off with you resting in your rooms. Some of you were freeloading, some of you were not. And I believe I asked for your passive perception scores,
Oh yeah.
and you didn't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
The night passes uneventfully. So the first thing to do...
Weather.
Oh,
Yes.
BGR's here.
Oh,
Yes,
hello.
I was about to say, Elisa, angry, flying, let's go. Yeah, your modes don't work here. Rooms,
Your remotes do not work here.
yeah, Roomspot says, magic is expensive.
Yeah. Ask You can talk with Arkan about that.
Yeah, 50 gold piece.
Yeah.
Okay, so the D8 roll and roll 20 is for the weather. So the way that I roll weather, usually, I mean, I know there's a whole tables for that sort of stuff to determine what kind of weather it is for which biome and season, that sort of stuff. I usually just shorthand that with a D8 roll, and if it's a lower die roll, then the weather is more favorable. If it's a higher die roll, then it's less favorable. And on that D8, it's a 2, which means basically, I'm interpreting that as meaning it's partially cloudy. So
No, we just all wake up and it's a blizzard outside.
no, it's summer. I mean,
Yeah,
that
weather
doesn't
things
mean that there
happen.
couldn't be a blizzard.
I mean,
but-
if it rolls an 8.
English summer.
Willis and Emicho are here as well.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
I hope that you
Ben,
enjoy the
oh,
stream. We're playing D&D, and we've got lovely people here in chat, and it's going to be a lovely time. So, you all wake up as the sun rises. You can see a little bit of low-lying fog in the harbour as you look out your windows.
Yes.
And I need Arkan to roll his 2 special D20s.
Oh, yes, of course, I forgot about that.
Oh,
Get it out.
yeah.
R// or /R?
Slash R. We're not on
Yeah.
Reddit.
So the slash means you're typing a command, and then R for roll. So, yeah. Also,
Reddit.
Nope, didn't accept it.
Also, I will just a little detail, which you will be able to verify on stream when you watch this back when the campaign's finished.
Go ahead.
Because we got through so little of the stuff I'd pre-planned for last session, in my notes for session 4, I've just grayed out the 4 and renamed it to session 5.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Hang on.
That no, you put a space between 2 and D20. There needs to be /R space and then 2
Oh,
D20.
that's where I was.
Yeah.
I'll just read chat quickly. No, best was yeah.
No, it didn't.
Hello. Emicho
Alex Bowles,
says, hate these players. I know, right?
Wait,
Runespath says, Emicho, you sound more and more like Albastro. Oh no! Albastro says, now that's a glow up. Is it?
okay. Okay, shall I take those as my rolls?
Yep. I mean,
Oh,
well, that's what you rolled.
not good.
You're not feeling too intuitive today.
Well, those rolls could still be really useful. If it's an opposing check or if some sort of enemy or
Oh.
something's rolling,
You can do that?
yeah, you can substitute. I mean, it specifies you can substitute attack rolls, skill checks, saving throws. But the way
Oh, so it's
I'm
not just the party?
no, it's any
Oh,
roll.
dang.
The way I'm ruling it is just to make it a little bit more fun in some situations. I'm basically saying you can substitute any D20 roll with that.
Oh,
So-
that's cool.
Because I mean so in the rules. In the rules, you can already substitute enemy rolls and stuff like that. It's just in the rules, it's specifically limited to attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. But I'm opening it to all D20 rolls because that just sounds fun, and it's not a huge campaign, so yeah.
And it doesn't, and it gives low vols. It doesn't make low vols useless.
So that's a 2, and that is a 6.
6.
Okay,
That's a very cool idea. I like that.
At some point, I have a feeling that I'm going to roll a nat 1 and a nat 20, and that's going to be.
That's going to be really fun, yeah. Okay, so those of you who would like to prepare spells, and or change their spell lists, you have an hour to do so, because it's still going to be a while before breakfast will be served.
Okay, break from stream. Meet back in 1 hour.
Yeah.
I was
So-
about to say.
If you want to do that, you can do that now while the game is continuing. You can do that in the background, so now would be the time to do that. And you also
Okay.
regain hit points if you've used them.
Hey, I don't think I lost any.
Wonderful.
I think I think our plan was to go to the House of Harmonies today.
You've got lots of options.
I
I
believe
think
it
it was, yeah. It was for you. Sorry, it was for Arkan and Brack to go.
Arkan and Brack, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was both to sort of see what I can do about the trade deal, and also to see if they know anything about Sodom's brother. Was it Sodom?
And Talon.
Sorum.
And Talon.
It is.
Talon.
That's Mama.
Oh yeah.
Mama's brother. Ring a
Well,
bell.
I didn't realize that they would know anything about it.
I like that. It's just Mima's brother, you know. Mima.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
minor character, yeah.
Remember Mama.
Okay, so on the one. Okay, so already 20 minutes in.
Sorry.
Let's go.
So-
Yes.
We've got. So that's what Brack and Arkan are gonna do. First
Just,
thing they're gonna do.
I think Sodom should probably come with us as well.
Who?
Sodom Shell Painter. The person whose other
Yeah,
You
I
can
know
tell.
who
You
it
can tell
is.
that it's been a fortnight since we last played.
I know who it is.
the
So-
person,
I just didn't.
the person
Yeah.
who the brother was going on,
Yes.
I think, some mission for the Green Matriarch specifically, and he is affiliated with the House of Harmonies and hasn't returned. It's been like a week.
Yep. I mean, you can ask if he wants to come along. You've got. And so what is Ka and Mima? What are Ka and Mima gonna do?
I'm not entirely sure.
Hmm.
Wait for them to come back.
That's a plan.
Could maybe like trail behind them a little bit so that if anything goes down with them.
Remember a bit, yeah, but remember if they see you, then you know. It's
We
not gonna
could.
All of Aarakocra look the same. That this is stereotyping.
We could get disguises.
Yeah, you're going to disguise a bird.
Oh my god, disguise montage. Let's go.
Yeah, like if we like.
I could sit on Mima's shoulder and eat crackers.
There was a spell. The sizes got changed. It's really awkward. I think just maybe follow behind for the time being, maybe, but like at quite a distance. Oh yeah.
Like a trench coat would help, I think. But if we don't have any, then oh well.
You
You
could
need a
sit on
trench
each other's
coat
shoulders
and
and
you
put
like
them really long.
a scarf.
I mean, would we need to roll stealth in that case if we wanted to follow behind without being seen by any guards or something?
No, yeah, definitely.
Sunglasses.
So
Sun goggles.
that's good. Okay. So
Hmm.
that's what you're gonna do? You're gonna trail behind, yeah?
Yeah, just in case things go
Sure.
bad. Not actually go into the palace, but maybe like just chill around out the exterior. Yeah, there exactly. Yeah, there.
Okay. So
Yeah.
as a bit of time passes,
Why would things go bad? We're just going up to do trade relations or whatever.
You never know. You
And
never
also,
know.
because I think you two might be recognised by the guards, especially the car.
As I said, this is profiling. All Aarakocras look very similar.
so is that everything discussed then?
Aside from asking Sodom if he wants to come.
Well, I think the two of us that actually paid for our rooms and get free breakfast included should go downstairs and eat our breakfast.
No, you go on this adventure hungry.
No.
Only trail rations for you.
Okay. So
And you just look, go down, eat breakfast, and kind of listen to the breakfast crowd and see if there's anything going on or.
Breakfast crowd.
Yes, you. You need to.
Don't
really,
you mean breakfast club?
Yeah.
You need to listen to the breakfast.
So,
Is it sizzling? Is it crackle
you
popping?
prepare your spells, you
Sorry.
do your morning routine, and you all meet up downstairs where breakfast is served. You can tell at this time of day, you, along with maybe one or two other individuals who probably already also had rooms here, are the only ones down here, aside from kobolds who bring food that has been freshly prepared. Sorum is also there, and yeah.
Has he got a room here?
Sorum does not have a room here, but he entered from the outside.
Oh, he's just been here all night. He's been waiting.
Well, you did say to meet up the next morning, so this is the next morning.
Ah, true.
So yeah, you're here, have breakfast. I believe you wanted to ask Sorum if he wants to come with you.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's asking?
So
I don't know,
that.
whoever does.
So
Yes, Arkin would, because
Yeah.
he knows the people there, and his brother worked there, so he could make introductions.
Mm-hmm.
okay. So initially, Sorum is not very enthusiastic about that, but you can roll a persuade check to see if you can persuade him to come with you.
That's what I mean. Who's asking him?
I thought it
Could we
was.
say-
I thought it was Arkin.
Well,
yeah, I
if,
thought it was off.
well, if it's me, then we probably don't have a very good chance of persuading him. Because remember, I've got -2 on charisma. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I'll roll for that.
Maybe you can use one of your special dice. Oh wait.
Oh wait. Wait, let me remember how to do this.
How do I do this again?
So you go to your character sheet, or so that you've got separate, not in Roll20. You find out what your modifiers are.
Yeah,
And
I
then you
know that.
Yeah, and then you
I know
type
that.
then you type in /r space 1d20 plus whatever modifier, or 1d20 minus whatever modifier, as one block. So the only space, yeah, there you go.
Eesh.
Okay, 12.
12.
So it seems like Sorum has some business still in town that he really wants to quickly finish before setting out later in the day to go find his brother. And so he
Wow.
doesn't really want to go there. You also sense there might be some history between him and the Scale Guard, maybe, that he wants
Wow,
to
your
avoid.
brother clearly is not that
No.
important.
The plot thickens.
So,
Hmm.
would you like to press the issue further, or are you going to leave it at that?
Yeah, Kara's going to point say and say, if your brother is so important, why aren't you going to come with us?
Well, I don't really know what good I would be up there. I've
Oh,
already
so you
tried
find-
talking with them, and, well, they're not very much help. Bureaucracy is very slow.
Yes, well, if they ask what brother we are looking for, then we cannot just be saying some random stranger that we met down at the pub.
Well, we're not actually going up there to look for his brother. We're going up there for Arkin to try to make his trade deal, aren't we?
Oh.
I was assuming both.
Well, I have already spoken with them about Pral, of course, many times, but like I said, bureaucracy is very slow, and I mean, that is why I want to hire you, so that we can actually go out there and do something ourselves, do something quickly.
Very well.
I mean, if you think bringing up the issue with them again is of any help, then please do, but I fear that they... Knowing the Scale Guard how I do, they are not fond of repeated annoyances. It's in their system, and they're going to deal with it when they get to it, is what I've been told, and that is likely going to be a while still.
Very well.
Mima, does this sound familiar to you?
All too familiar.
Right. Well, we shall be heading off once we've eaten. Well, not these two first, and then us two second.
Yes, I suppose so.
Okay. So, you finish your meal, and you step out into the morning city street. Few people are around, not that busy yet. You can hear in the distance a cockerel cawing. Is that the right word? Cawing? Calling?
Yeah, I think calling is the right word, yeah.
Growing.
Crowing. Okay. A cockerel crowing.
Cawing.
And there is a slight... so, in the previous day, there were lots of different smells around here from all sorts of different carts that are hauling all sorts of different trade goods to and from the harbour, lots of people around. The morning air is very crisp, and there's that smell of the sea coming in. And you make your way across, basically down one side of the hill and up the other side, out of the main city area, where there's a winding cobbled street going up the wind-swept hill. To your right, at a bit of a distance, are cliffs, and you can see the ocean beyond. In front of you and above you at the top of the hill is the walled complex known as the House of Harmony.
Dun, dun, dun.
You make your way up, and you realize that around here there really aren't that many places you would hide. It's pretty much just windswept grasses and the road. No bushes, no trees, no boulders.
It's almost like this is strategically placed.
To inconvenience us.
So you can see that there are scale guard out in front of the gate, which is the gatehouse in the wall.
Okay.
And there are probably also some on the battlements. They don't seem to have spotted you yet, as you're just beginning to walk along this street.
So that's right here on the map.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So, is Car and Mima going to go through with following up the road?
What would you recommend it?
I don't
So
think...
you guys should stay back here and
Yes, please.
maybe go.
Do some more shopping.
Or-
But maybe,
We'll report back to you.
Any
I
other
think we might
leads that we
stay
might have
down
had?
here.
Yes.
I mean, there was a certain woman who wanted to speak with
I mean, you may as
With
well.
Brack.
With Brack, but no, we can't go back, and we can't go back without Brack.
We can't go
Come
back.
talk to us.
Well, I mean, anything that the two of them concerning Mima's brother.
I mean, we could.
Mm-hmm.
So we've just escorted you up here for nothing. Wow.
Pretty much.
I turn to hang on. I turn to Brack. Oh, sorry, I'm just getting a call. I turn to Brack and I say, "Well, if you've got other stuff to do, being as it's fairly pointless bringing up." Oh, hang on. I'm really sorry. I'm just getting a call. I just need to tell him that I can't talk. Really, really sorry.
No.
Okay. Just be sure that make sure that we can't actually hear what you're going to talk about.
Or you two can go back and maybe kind of listen or find out some of the rumors I heard last night while sitting in the bar that the Green Lady,
Green
That's-
Matriarch, yeah.
Green Matriarch, hasn't been seen in a while, or possibly missing, or some strange rumors, and
It's
maybe you
it's
guys
okay. It is okay. If you guys want to make this a thing between you two, that is fine. We can go. We can take a hint, can't we, Mima?
No, I'm saying you guys could maybe,
Well,
because Storm's brother was going to visit the Green Matriarch, and there were rumors, people talking about that the Green Matriarch might be missing.
No, it's okay.
Maybe
We can
you
take a
guys-
hint. Come on, Mima.
Right,
Come on.
I am. Right, I'm back.
Okay, welcome
Hello.
back.
we
So,
were
just
all this
so,
way.
Mr. W, just to catch you up. So, the party went to see the Green Matriarch, and
Yes. We found the brothers.
I gathered that Carr was offended by something. So I'm going to turn to God's sake, I can never
Brack.
remember the character.
Brack.
Brack, yes.
Brack.
And say, well, if you do have other things to do, being as we're not going to talk about Sodom's missing brother,
Sodom.
being as that
Storm.
yeah, this isn't the Bible. There's no Sodom here.
wait, what is it? Is it not Sodom?
Sorum.
Sodom.
Sorum.
I've put in the notes on roll 20. How
Yes.
dare you?
I've been misspelling his name.
Yeah.
Being as there's no point bringing up Soren's missing brother, I'd hate to drag you along for things that are only my business. Of course, you can stick around if you want, but if you have other things to do, I won't be offended if you go and do them.
How's it feel, Brack, huh? Being told you no longer
I
needed,
feel
huh?
like I did it politer than you did.
Fine, I'm going back to the pub.
Of course. Of course.
Actually,
No. Right, so out of character. Should Par and Mima go back to town and track down that lady?
I mean, you
But
might as well.
where was? Isn't the Green Matriarch wasn't she actually far away from the city?
No, I meant the lady in the red dress.
Oh, sorry.
The lady in red.
Yeah,
The lady in red. Yeah.
who isn't Mima?
Not the lady in green.
And not Colonel Mustard
Jessica,
either.
No.
Jessica Rabbit.
Just why don't you do right?
So
I guess
This
I'll
is a
go back to the place where she said she was staying then,
The crash and
No,
storm.
and yeah,
Hmm.
I'll head for there.
Right. Remember, I gave you an option and let you know that I wouldn't be offended if you did want to go and do other stuff. Just essentially just so we're not. All
I don't
doing
think
that.
we should leave Arkan alone.
Ah, that's a great idea.
That's fair.
No, we're not leaving Arkan by himself.
let's
Arkan,
not
Arkan, Arkan can take care of himself. He's a grown wizard. He can handle himself.
Yeah,
Mine-
wizard. Wizards are squishy.
Yeah, that's true. Reminder that I have -1 in strength.
Exactly, we're not leaving.
Got a decent AC though, so.
but the charisma.
Your strength is almost as bad as your charisma. And they sent somebody was so low a charisma, and they sent you to try to make a trade deal.
I was, if you read my thing, I was essentially bullied into it.
Trying to get rid of you.
So, in an effort to speed things up, please tell me what's actually
What's going
happening.
on?
Right. Mima and Car, shall we go shall we go find the lady in red?
Sure.
And,
Sure,
you
we
stick
can
with
do
me?
that.
Is that what you want to do, Kango? Because I'm not forcing you to do something.
I'm not really sure what else to do, so let's just do that.
Right, lady in red, let's go.
Okay.
180. Let's go.
And is Brack and Arkan gonna go together or not?
Brack is not invited on our little field day.
I'm not invited with anybody.
No. I said,
Nobody wants me.
dude,
I'm going back down to the harbor and find a ship.
Dude, shut up. Dude, I said that you were. It's as if you had other things that you wanted to do.
Well, the
And with
cord
Emmett, I didn't want you to feel pressured coming with me if you didn't want it.
maiden is still in the harbor, by the way.
No.
Right, come on then.
Okay.
Yes, I think somebody ought to keep an eye on Arkin just in case.
Yeah, go on.
Just
He
in
He
case.
needs,
Oh,
a
is
big,
he coming
he
as
needs
well?
a big, strong man.
Wait,
Just in case you anti-charisma anybody.
wait, Justin's coming as well.
Just in
What?
case.
Just
yeah,
in
yeah.
case.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Anyway,
So,
that's a wise idea.
let's see.
Arkan needs a big, strong man with him.
Oh yes, please.
Having been escorted to the edge of the city, Mime
Okay.
and Ka turn around and decide to head uptown, so away from the coast, up the hills, into where you think the crash and snore is. You think you'll probably be able to find it very easily. Just even if you ask a couple people where it is, it's not an issue. But let's do Brack and Arkan's side first. So you
Can
climb.
just quickly? Can I suggest a ship name? What do you want us to do?
Well, we're not playing
Bracken?
Star Trek currently, but yeah, sure.
Varken.
Bracken.
Varken. Yes.
Bracken.
Okay.
So you make your way up
Not Iraq.
you make your way up the curving street. As you approach the gatehouse, you can see the two scale guard, lizard folk scale guard, who are standing there wearing the same kind of almost Roman-esque, so plate armor, helmet, spear, shield. Focus on you as you approach. The gate is currently closed. As you approach, they don't seem to want to speak with you. They don't seem to want to initiate conversation. They're leaving that up to you.
Okay. I turn.
So-
to, go on.
I was going to just ask them, it's like, what time does the trade, or whatever it's called, the trade delegation or trade place or
Trade union.
the trade union, whatever it is, when do they open for business?
Next Monday.
So do you ask that, yeah?
After the executions of all the prisoners.
Yeah, since the gate's still shut, doesn't look like they're maybe open yet for the day for business.
So one of them says, the counselors are in office.
Give me a sec. Just a quick thing. My laptop is saying it needs an update, so if I suddenly vanish, then you'll know what's happened.
Yeah. Your character will just fall into a hopefully temporary coma.
Yeah. So the trade delegates are in office.
Does
So
that
look to
mean the office is open, or they're like in a meeting and busy?
If you wish to speak with one of their departments, you may be permitted entrance. What is your business?
I take out the contract that I've got. I sort of say, well, I was hired by somebody to sort of help negotiate a deal between the finance that the gem trade gets. And I sort of hand over the contract.
So one of the scale guards reaches over, takes the is it parchment or is it paper?
Probably parchment.
Takes the parchment.
I don't think paper exists in this.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I mean,
okay.
people have been making paper for thousands of years. Originally, it was made from wool or cloth or something like that. Anyway, don't want to get into that. So, right, takes a look at it, reads it, says, "Ah, yes. One more entrance. You may enter."
Much
You
appreciated.
can see that from behind him, he's kind of got a belt, and from behind him, he takes off something. It's a horn. It looks like it has a few holes cut in it. Blows the horn, creating almost like a little melody.
Does it sound like this?
Not quite, no.
Melody.
And also not quite, but you're getting closer. And
Sorry.
after a few moments,
I'm hearing
can
that little
hear-
whistle that Willy Wonka blew.
Yeah.
you can hear the rattling of chains within the walls as the gate opens, and you can see that there is a portcullis which is already raised. Looking inside, you can see the cobbled street continues. It splits off a little ways in. In front of you is a massive palace structure built of stone bricks with wooden roofs, kind of very slanted, pointy roofs. And you can see some barracks and stabling over to the left somewhere, and another few paths going different ways. There are lots of plantations of flower beds and blooming bushes, and it looks quite nice as the morning sun catches the light of some of the crystal ornamentation that's hanging on several posts and places.
Was Car's map accurate?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you are directed to head to the palace structure, specifically to head to the right entrance.
Okay, so we'll mosey along to the right entrance.
Good. As you walk, you can see there are a couple of guard towers inside, where there are scale guard up top keeping an eye on you. And from inside now, you can see ballistas on the battlements on the surrounding wall. Yeah. As you approach the palace, it looms over you, and there is the main entrance in the middle, which is a tall door that looks really fancy, and then over to the side, on another wing of the palace, is a bit of a smaller door. Still clearly a main entrance, but nowhere near as fancy. You go there, and there is a knocker.
Knock.
Good. You knock the knocker, and which, by the way, is how it was originally pronounced. The
Yes.
word.
Yeah.
And after a moment, you can see a scale guard opens it, and I'm assuming you show your parchment again.
I do. A quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. In my original story that I sent to you, I didn't put a name of the patron.
I gave you the name of the patron.
Did you?
Yep. Do you want?
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
All good?
Yep, all good.
One second. Okay, so you are invited inside. It is a corridor with wooden walls divided by stone archways for support, and you're led into a kind of a waiting room. You can see there are tall glass windows overlooking the grounds. There is a mechanical clock in the corner, which appears to not only have handles for the time of day, but also handles for what may be the positions of celestial bodies in the sky.
can I
And-
just
yeah.
say? Can I just say, just in case you weren't aware, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but your screen isn't behind you.
Yes, I
Yes,
know.
it isn't.
It's because it's... Well, I wanted to try... Because previously, in summer, when it was light out, this was it. And so, because I want the lights to still be special and cozy in winter/autumn, when it's dark out when we start streaming, I think that I prefer not having it there for this now in the summer. But thank
Yeah,
you for
I know.
letting me know. Yes.
Yes.
I just thought it's something I'd forget to do, so you know, maybe.
Thank you.
So, you are waiting there for quite a while, and then a woman comes in. She looks human. She informs you that... hold on, I just got to look at this name.
She looks human.
Yeah. So...
Does she smell human?
Who knows?
Feel
Informs
human.
you that the trade counselor will see you.
Wonderful. Much appreciated.
So, she leads you up some spiraling staircases into an office space that's located within one of the towers of this palace structure. So it's a round chamber. And you can see there is a desk there, 2 scale guards outside the space, and windows behind the desk. There are some what look like filing cabinets and quite a few documents all over the place and things like that. You can see sitting by the desk a human man, and he looks as though he's in his 50s maybe. His hair is greying slightly in some places. He's wearing a red velvet cloak with gold trimmings and kind of embroidered on the shoulders, green dragon head. He sees you coming in. He looks like he had a quill in his hand and he's making some notes. He looks up and he says, welcome. Sit down. Make yourselves comfortable. I'll be 1 minute. He
Thank you kindly, sir.
finishes writing things down, scrolls up what he was writing on, puts it somewhere under the desk, and then puts his elbows on the table, stands together in a scholar's cradle, looks at Brack, and he says, "Now, I was told that that you had a trade deal to discuss. You had official papers."
Yes, I do. From
As you speak up, his gaze kind of shifts over to you, almost in a little bit of surprise.
I do from Lord Pinross from the Ambercliff coast.
Oh,
Yes.
wow, the nerd's talking
Yes,
now.
Lord Penrose. I am aware of the name. You are here to set up an import agreement of some of our gem mines, yes?
Yes, that is why I'm here. And I
Very
take out
well.
the contract. I take out the contract and I put it on the table.
Very well. He takes it, looks at it, and he gets out. He stands up, walks over to one of the kind of cabinets, and unlocks it, opens it up, gets out a large clay tablet, and you can see, just from glancing at it, you can see there are about maybe 24 or so stamps pushed into the clay, and you can tell that they are clearly seals of certain people. You don't know exactly seals of who, maybe organizations, maybe certain powerful people, you don't know. He takes that, and then, almost if he already knew where to look, he compares the seal on your document with a seal on the tablet, and he seems content with it. He puts the tablet away, locks it all up again. He says, "Very well. I am familiar with your patron. There are, however, formalities to be taken care of. I shall send for a form to be filled out. However, before the trade can be finalized, I'm sure that you are aware that the backlog of agreements must be worked through before we can accept any more. After all, the market could shift in the months that it might take for such an agreement to enter into service, and in that time the prices might shift.
Of course.
I trust that this is not going to be an issue."
Not for me. It won't. All I've been told to do is sort of come here and hand over the papers.
Know
Essentially.
your worth, Arkin. Know your worth.
Sorry, it's a voice in my head. I get those.
There's always this bird.
I forgot to
A
tell.
little bird told me.
Yeah,
Well, a big bird told. Quite a
Big
large
bird
Big
told
bird
bird,
told me.
big bird told me.
very good.
told me to know my worth.
So he gets out some documents and gives. You can see that it is basically a form to fill out. There are all sorts of different values, such as which specific kind of gems, what sort of cuts, and sort of trade intervals, and specifically how much is going, like all the details. And you have been given a margin in which you're allowed to trade.
Mm-hmm.
And so, do you want to fill in the form in the way that it would be most favorable for your patron, or do you want to push it towards being more favorable towards the islands, or how do you want to fill this out?
Could you say that again? Because you froze.
Okay, well, you've been given, so by your patron, you've been given a margin within which you're allowed to make this or propose this deal in. And so within that margin are you going to fill in the form? Are you going to make it as favorable as you can for your patron, or are you going to make it more favorable for the island, or where do you want to place that?
Okay, so could you explain that quite simply? Because I don't know business.
You could start a civil war here.
So basically, how would I explain more simply than that? Okay, so
So, for example,
okay,
how do I dumb myself down? To talk to
no.
this?
I'm just. So I'm trying to think of an example.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? Like, in this
Mr.
case,
W, you've left roll 20.
Wait, what?
No.
Well, we had that
Apparently
with
black
Willis
hole
last time. We'll probably there we go.
Ah,
Yeah.
Mr. W, it's basically sounds me monkey brain. Do you want to sign it in a way that favors you and your Patreon, or do you want to do it so that it favors the island? So do you want to get more but risk having backlash, or do you want to gain less but gain maybe a little bit of favor?
Basically, yes. That's what I meant.
Before they do that, can I roll a perception check on the form to see if there's anything a bit dodgy?
That's a small
Small
point.
print.
Yeah,
Small
sure.
print.
Go ahead. You can roll
By the
perception.
way-
Fine print.
My perception is +3, so hopefully.
Lovely.
Looking for fine print.
Mhm.
Yeah.
By the way, you've not asked this man's name yet.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't, no. But, you know. /R or R/? /R, right?
/R, yeah.
Ah,
/R space.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Not typed out. Okay.
Oh, good. Not
So
rolling well, eh?
it looks pretty honest. It looks like any old business form to fill out. There are some there are paragraphs of what's the word I'm looking for? Basically details of the contract there, but it all seems pretty upfront and normal.
The technical mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, you notice
Yeah.
nothing out of the ordinary. You do, however, notice that your signature is required for the submission of this, and then it's also required for the final go ahead when the contract actually goes into effect.
Okay, give me 1 second to just put that down. And is that unusual? Is it sort of not the norm for 2 signatures, or?
Well, I mean, so the council has already explained that they've got. I mean, if you want to ask him about that for more details, you can do that, or you can recall what you already said, and maybe you can form your own theory from that.
Hmm.
What's Brack doing all this?
Just looking around, I assume.
I was twiddling my thumbs, looking around the room to see if I see anything interesting.
You're just fascinated by the clock.
Hello, old friend.
To the
Oh,
clock?
God.
No, to the chat.
Uh,
I mean, it's the boring option, but is it possible to keep it 50-50?
Yeah. Of course. So, you can
I'm
ask.
gonna-
You can ask about details as well.
But I don't know what I'd say.
Well, so it seems like you were a little confused by the two signatures, so maybe that's something you could inquire about.
Yeah, sure. We'll look at it and I say, I can't help but notice, I don't know a massive amount about contract stuff and things like that, but I don't believe that two signatures is the norm. Is it just sort of an extra safety precaution?
It is one of the first signature is for the submission of the form, which you fill in now to enter the form into our system and put it in the waiting list. As you can imagine, Skyfall Land is very popular in terms of its exports of gems, and so we naturally have a lot of contracts that are currently in effect for these exports. Now, these contracts are regulated and described in time. Some are for months, others for years, and others yet for one-time exports. After all, gems are very useful in a lot of different uses. However, this means that the market is constantly in flux. And so, as a business-savvy entity, we cannot guarantee certain prices and agreements in these contracts very far ahead in time. So the second signature is needed when the contract actually takes effect, which will be once some of the current contracts have run their course and the market is more
Open.
foreseeable. So
Basically, you're putting in a bid now. It goes through the rating process, and once it's time for it to actually be activated, then you agree on like final current market prices.
It's the stock market.
Yeah. Okay, so in character, I can probably be quite afraid of offending Lord Pinross because of, by giving him a small cut. He'd also be that he'd also be afraid of offending the general islands by doing that. So I think character-wise, he would probably try and keep it 50-50.
Okay, so in the middle. In the middle of your range. So
No, go on.
For that, you won't need to make a roll. If you'd tried to push it towards your Lord Pinner's favor, then you would have had to make a roll, but like this you don't.
What roll would I have had to make?
Well, considering that this counselor, whose name you still don't know, would look it over before submitting it, you would have had to make a persuasion check.
Oh, okay, I'm glad I didn't do that.
Okay, so you take your time to fill it out in black ink, and the ticking of the clock, you can see, looking out the window, you can see over the ocean in the distance a flock of seabirds, a few ships out and about, and yeah.
And car
You've
flying over.
filled it out properly.
Yeah.
Carrying Mima.
Just waving with one of the wings. Ah!
we hear the
So
we
it's
hear like the goofy scream sound effect.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
So it's properly filled out. You hand it over to the counselor, and he takes it, looks it over and says, "Ah, you say that you are not that used to filling out contracts and forms. This is very well filled out. Very well done." Puts it together, and puts a little bit of sealing wax on it, and uses his signet ring to push in his own sign, and
Sigil.
sigil to stamp it,
Yeah.
and puts it in a rack of other scrolls. And he's standing there, he says, "Now, gentlemen, is there anything further I can help you with?"
Could you tell what's the approximate wait time? Do you know?
Well, that will be between 1 and 2 months, approximately.
So Arkin can let his patron know how long the wait's going to be.
Yes, I will, and I must say, very efficient, very efficient. Yes, I shall do that.
I was expecting a week. God dang.
But please bear in mind that if you do choose to travel back to your patron to the Amber Coast, you will need to come back here for that second signature. And bearing in mind that it is, about a month's journey by ship to the Amber Coast?
Wait, did Arkin say that you were from the Amber Coast?
It was in the contract. His
Okay,
patron.
okay, all right.
Well,
I'm
it's
overly
something that I've
suspicious.
sort of not gotten around to telling everyone like where I'm from, because the Ambercliff Coast, that's also where my magic school's from, and so that's where I assume
I'm just very overly suspicious, all.
That's good.
Because the counselor had heard of his patron and knows where his patron is from.
Says, so unless you really enjoy spending a lot of time on the open sea, it may not be efficient to go back unless you have some sort of magical means with which you can contact your patron.
Oh, if only, sir. But no, I will be staying here for the time being. Besides,
You can always
it's a lovely place.
Send them a message, like on the local mail or whatever.
Yes, that's what I was planning to do.
Go down to the harbor and find a ship that's going there and send a message.
Yes. That's what
the Card Maiden is going to be returning back to there, which is the ship you arrived on. And the Card Maiden is still in the harbor for today, maybe also tomorrow. You're not sure.
So I'll write a letter and put it on there.
Okay. Right. Are you going to also seal the letter, or?
So will I keep the letter, or will he for now? Will I keep the letter, or will he for now?
Well, if you want to send that letter back,
not. Well, I was gonna. Well, not yet. I was gonna just send a letter saying hi. The first part of it has been done.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Are you going to seal that letter?
Oh yeah. Well, obviously, yeah.
Okay,
when I send it, I'm not thinking about sending it now.
Sure. So, are you going to jot that letter down while you're here? Because he's got lots of equipment, like utensils for writing, that sort of stuff.
I sort of look around. I don't suppose I could briefly borrow a quill, could I?
Please go ahead.
I take one, and I'll put it in the exact letter in the D&D chat.
Okay. So as this is all going on, is there anything that Brakigan would like to do?
Brakigan.
Brakigan, Barn Rollers. If anyone remembers that.
I know Bakugan.
That was what the reference was to.
Oh, Bakugan, yeah.
I guess I was just here mainly for moral support and to keep Arkin out of trouble.
Do you say that in character?
Give him little nudges about, hey, don't forget to write a letter back to your boss.
I need to. So, I've completed the first part of the contract. This was the submission part of it, right?
Yeah, it's been submitted into the system, and then they're gonna need your signature again to actually activate it when it's time to do that.
I guess let him know where we're staying so that he can send a message to you when it gets to that next stage.
Mm-hmm.
Scaly shine.
Okay.
I suppose it would be.
So, as that is happening, do I want to... Is there anything either of you would like to do in the House of Harmony complex before you leave? Or
Yes.
Say, looking out the window, which way is the window facing? What can
the window is facing towards the ocean, so it's facing east.
So it's not facing towards the prison.
No. But you
Just
can,
wave
but
from
you,
up there.
but you can see what looks like a little temple complex surrounded by gardens and statues and shrines.
They don't want to see the peasants as when they're at work.
And you can see what looks like a few clerics there going to morning prayers or something like that. Tell you what, you two can think about if there's anything you want to do here. While
You think about what you've done.
Yeah, you think about what you've done, and more importantly, what you're going to do. While someone's raiding with a party of 6.
Girograx.
Grax, hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Creep Show.
It's been years since that's happened. Hello, everybody.
Kagam's
Hello.
Fury.
Hype.
So,
Hello there.
by the way, since you're new, there is a... So this is part of... just going to do a brief little explanation of this. Just 1 minute. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Yeah, not a cult, that's good to know.
Good. So this is a mini-series where basically it's 3 parts. The first part is me recording my GM prep stuff before each session and uploading that as a small edited video. Then we've got the live streams, and then I've got GM session report videos where I talk about how the sessions went and what sort of decisions I made, what sort of things came up. And there's a playlist to all of that, which actually, Kango, could you link that maybe?
Yes.
Just in case people are interested.
Yes, I'm Kangafango
And-
in Twitch chat.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
Hold on.
now that that's taken care of, so while Brack and Arkan are doing that in the House of Harmony, let's go to Ka and Mima to see how you're getting on.
Yes.
Um,
Hold on.
right, yes.
There's
So,
the playlist.
thank you very much. So, you're making your way up the city street, and as you're going, the street is getting a little bit more busier as the hour is progressing. You can see the first carts going through that underground street, which is beneath your feet, because again, you've got the main wide street, then you've got kind of a length of crystal panels running along it, with a trench beneath, with another street under there. And you can see a few going along there. Eventually, you pass by... what did I call these places? It's been a fortnight since we last played.
It has, yeah.
What did I call this?
Yeah, you pass by
Dragon
the
Eye,
Wise...
Discerning
the Wise Pearl Bathhouse,
Oh, yeah.
and the Discerning Walk's Respite, and the
It just pulls us into the bathhouse again.
the Dragon Eye, magic items and identifications. You pass all these places. You get to the market square where people... It looks like they're just beginning to set up stalls to sell their wares, mostly farmers, that sort of
Okay.
thing. And this is where the kind of shopping/industrial area of the city ends, and it's more residential buildings. So think kind of
Okay.
typical medieval wattle and daub houses. So logs with wooden support struts kind of supporting
Oh,
the
hell
walls
yeah.
and that sort of thing. Since you're still in the main area of your city, a lot of these buildings are 2 or 3 stories high, and they have this stepped look. So the upper floors kind of are a little bit wider than the lower
Yeah, I know
floors.
what you mean.
And some of the narrow alleyways going above, you can see that the buildings get so close together at the top that you could easily reach over into the other building.
I love these kind of designs of houses. Love them.
Yeah. And so you ask a few passers-by about where
Lady
the
in
Crash
Red.
and Snore is. Well, I'm assuming the Crash and Snore, which is where she
Oh, we said the Crash and Snore. That's Lady in Red.
lights.
Maybe she's wearing a different colour today.
Hold on.
Yeah, you get directions, and now.
By the way,
Hey, Mima's the Lady in Red now.
by the way, I've just put the
Letter.
Okay.
the letter in the thing. If I've
In
like
the
this word in
In the
anything.
disc.
Thank
You
you
put
very
it in the
much.
letterbox.
I'll read that letter between now and the next stream because
Sure.
of time reasons. I'm not going to read it now because it's also not very relevant now. But thank you for doing that.
Thank you. And also before I go, I will just say to the person that I've spoken to, also I passed the quill back.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. I didn't catch your name, if I may.
Says, yes, that is because you haven't asked it.
I didn't throw it.
I am Councillor of Trade. You may call me Jarson, if you wish. So that is Jarson.
The son of jars.
Yeah? Or the of jars. So, back to my man Carl.
So,
His father was Jar Jar Binks?
Maybe?
Oh
Who knows?
no!
So, Kango, you wanted to say something?
so about the Crash and
I'm
Snore.
gonna-
So what? Go ahead. Yes.
I was going to ask him, is it okay if we visit the temple down there
Says, oh?
while we're here?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So the Crash.
Too secretive.
Meanwhile, across town,
Yes, indeed.
Yes. So the Crash and Snore. So the Crash and Snore. So what
Uh-huh.
exactly are we looking for?
Well, you know that it's a boarding house. And
Yeah,
you
but-
know that it's at the edge of town.
Yeah,
And it's probably got a sign that says Crash and Snore.
I know, but like the individual was supposed to find. Who was that again exactly?
Lady in Red. Where is it?
Check in the private chat as well. I put the thing in.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't note about that lady.
I'm not sure. Did she give you her name already or not?
No, but I thought I would have written down her race and all that. But
So was that
She's
who we met out in the
human.
street
She's
before?
a
right?
human woman.
Is that
human.
the
Yeah.
one who wanted to talk with Brack?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the one.
Okay. I just wasn't certain. Okay. Good.
Right. So, you make your way through town, and as you're doing so, you can see there are so the lampposts, so those metal, almost like steel-looking poles with those ornate holders for those purple glowing gems. You can see there are laborers going over there with ladders and rags, polishing them in the morning.
Keep up
And
the good work, gents.
as you're walking, you can see that. Well, actually, no. As you're walking, you hear behind you a voice saying, "Halt! I
Oh.
need to speak with you."
Oh dear.
Uh
Turn around. You
It's
see,
been fun.
you can see
fun
there
knowing.
is a skill guard
okay.
there with a spear.
Hold on.
It's a little bit
When
away
Car
from you still.
Car wants to turn around,
Mm-hmm.
but he wants to not look directly at. He's gonna look a little eyes glazed.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Okay.
gonna pretend he's blind.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, let's both do that. No, I don't know.
That's gonna be great. Yeah, the blind leading the blind. Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't know. That wasn't Since we didn't
You'd say
discuss...
keep your hand on Mima's shoulder.
Yeah, but yeah.
I thought you were going to
Just
go
on a
drunk.
leash.
You were going to go blind.
Yeah, since
Okay,
we...
here's the silly. Are you carrying your bow?
No,
You're
it's
just aiming,
wait.
just...
Okay, yeah.
Well, I
So,
mean, to be fair, if I assume this will be a contestant.
well,
Is
we'll
it
see.
bluff check?
Well, before we get into that,
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see
Yeah.
what
That's
happens.
the plan.
Since this wasn't discussed before, I won't pretend I'm
So-
blind.
I mean, something quite fortunate happens.
Okay.
Fortunate for you, that is.
Oh.
Mhm.
Which is, as the scale guard is walking up to you, suddenly over on the side, one of the alleys, someone shouts, "Mugger! I've been mugged! There's the thief! He's running! Catch him!"
Oh.
And you can see the scale guard stops, looks over, looks back at you, kind of hisses
we're
a
gone.
bit, kind of hisses, and runs the other way to investigate the mugging.
Okay. I
And
wave. I wave.
As you look over,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need both of you to make a perception check.
Sure.
I'm blind. No.
Bloody hell. I mean, this could either go really right or really wrong, and I'm excited to see which.
Oh yeah, we're not rolling d12. Oh, yeah. I'll get the score.
I'm blind. I told you.
I'm lying.
That's a +2.
I mean, it's
Okay,
not a
hold on.
difficult. It's not a high DC here.
Okay, thank goodness. I'm just thinking, like, if you're blind, I could be like, look, I was just going out for a fly, and then suddenly I just heard these loud,
Whoosh,
these
whoosh.
loud, yeah, and I just went tumbling down.
Okay.
I'm sure there's laws about flying in public places when you're blind.
Oh, no, not in Aarakocra land.
So,
Aracocrania.
Yeah.
Flying using instruments only.
so the result of these checks, both of you
Yeah, sorry.
actually, the man who shouted about being mugged, looks a little
Yeah.
familiar to both of you. And it does take you a moment, but Mima places him first.
Sorum.
Not Sorum. This is. I wouldn't make you roll if it were Sorum.
If he's disguised.
No, he's. You recognize this as one of the patrons from last night at the Scaly Shine Tavern. And he was one of the people who really, really enjoyed your dancing and music. And so you can see he kind of gives you a little bit of a wink as you catch his eye.
Woohoo!
And so, yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
lovely.
it was that lift at the end that did it. It was.
I'm taking partial credit.
He was just like, okay, if the situation arises, I'm saving those guys.
So, I'm assuming you make your way away from here, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
Little
mouth
salute.
I just mouth a thank you.
Yeah.
So, as you follow the directions you've been given to the Crash and Snore, you eventually... So, the houses get shorter and shorter and less kind of... less well-built. More and more kind of... not makeshift, but...
Rundown.
A bit, yeah. Kind of like outskirts. More like that. Lower, smaller buildings.
Made out
And
of straw
as
instead of
you're-
sticks and bricks.
Uh-huh. As
No one
you're-
breathed too heavily.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
As you're getting closer to this place, you get a scent of smoke in the air, wood smoke, and also quite a stench or something. It smells a bit. It's you're not quite sure what it is. It smells a little rotten, but there's a sharpness to it as well. Eventually,
Yeah, probably.
eventually the cobbled roads turn to just dirt roads. And as you're now at the edge of town, you can see the wind-swept hills extending before you. In the distance, in the very distance, you can see the peaks of mountains. And
My fairy lights come
few,
off.
Good. And a few little isolated pockets of woodlands here and there that stretch towards the horizon. There are a few fields around here as well, and on kind of a crossroads, kind of in the corner of one of the crossroads, is a little dirt yard with a fairly sizable building made of wood, and it has a painted on sign that says "Crash and Snore." Looking around, the surrounding buildings are mostly workshops and fields, and it looks like there's a charcoal maker and there's also a dye maker, which probably explains the two smells.
Isn't a dye maker just a murderer?
Ha ha.
No, it's a
Sorry.
cactus farmer.
Sorry, that was very bad.
Mm.
Oi.
So, you have made it here.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Ooh.
It also looks like there's a little stabling area over to the side.
Okay, so let's go.
Ah,
So
it was
that little,
horseman,
so
yeah.
that little scent is also mixed in.
I see.
Hmm.
So let's go get some charcoal then. Anyway, no.
Right.
So is the Crash and Snore open currently?
Well, the doors are not open, but
Are the opening times?
it's just a wooden rectangular building. It's single story, and there are lots of
okay.
windows.
Right, let's go over and knock.
Okay, as you
Sure.
go to knock, takes you a
Mhm.
moment. Then an older man opens the door. You can see he's got dark skin, kind of greyish hair, looks human, and he opens and he says, "Greetings. What can I get you? Welcome to the Crash and Snore. Meals not included."
No, we're not here for. Let's get the voice back. We're not here for a room.
Yeah, it's Russian.
Right. We are not here for a room. We are actually looking for someone.
Are you with the Scale Guard?
No, we're not.
No.
No?
Do I look scale guard?
Well, if you're looking for someone,
I've got feathers, not scales.
well, if you are looking for someone, please come inside. We can discuss away from potentially prying eyes and ears.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna usher Mima in first.
Okay, so you
Sure.
enter. He kind of looks around, closes the door. Inside, you can see there is a desk with what looks like a thick, quite old book of records. You can see a few candles and candle holders, and other than that, the place looks a little bit run down. Pretty much the polar opposite of the Discerning Walker's Respite, essentially.
Yeah, it looks well loved.
Yeah. And there's a corridor going that way and that way with rooms, with doors on either side, which probably leads to the different rooms. Well, actually, no. Those doors are only on one side. On the other side, you can see there's a single door, which is actually open, and it leads into what looks like a common room, where there are lots of hammocks that have been strung up between posts for people who want to crash and snore, but don't have the money to pay for their own room.
Oh, that's quite nice.
And as you
I
kind of
see.
look in, you can see there are a couple of people asleep in some of the hammocks.
Okay, let's keep our voices down.
And you can definitely also, the smell in the air has changed, and it's definitely a little musty in here.
Ah.
So, the man is standing before you, and he's, "Now, who are you looking for?"
We don't actually know her name, do we, Mima?
No, she's not said it.
Kanga, maybe speak over here into the microphone so
Sorry.
that people actually hear you better.
No, she's not said. She's not said a name. So basically, can we just describe what she looked? Off character. Can we just describe what she looked like? when we
She
saw
was human
her.
and she's wearing a red dress.
Is that the entire description you recall from the description I gave?
I
Is
do
there,
have
is it
notes.
brown hair, long brown hair?
There's
It's-
also
Is it
there's also another quite obvious
There's
bit about
a
her.
buxom woman is starting to sing.
That's not the obvious. That's not the what I meant was obvious. I
liar.
meant another bit that's actually obvious.
Yeah,
She
another
had an
singer.
instrument.
yes.
I meant more
Oh, she had
The
knuckle
ga-
dusters.
gauntlets?
She had crab hands.
gauntlets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gauntlets.
For those of you watching,
And
it's
and
been a
mentioned that-
fortnight.
yeah, and mentioned that she sings in the streets for money.
Yeah, she got gauntlets. Yeah. So that was a human lady about yay high, like gestured with a wing. Red dress, metal hands.
Okay.
She had
Jessica Rabbit
gauntlets.
wearing steel gloves.
And
Got
she sung in the streets a few days back.
She was very good, very good.
Okay. So he says, "Ah, yes, you're talking about Miss Alea Goldmark, are you not?"
We don't know her name, but
Goldmarker.
if the description fits.
Yes, the LEDs are actually. Hold on 1 second. Actually, these will make a difference.
Just quickly, Kango.
Yes.
That might have made a bit of a
You
difference.
you said that you clearly remembered the buxom.
I checked my notes.
Are you aware of what that phrase means?
Well, it's a word, not a phrase, but yeah.
Well
What
endowed.
the word means?
I just
Yeah.
noted it down what Shara said.
Okay. Well, I hope you are. I hope you are ashamed of yourself for remembering that.
Does it mean well endowed?
For a woman, yes.
I'll put it in the. I'll put it in the
Sure.
CD file.
It's
You should
fine.
be ashamed of yourself for remembering
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
specifically.
is she a Lady Demetresque?
It's like,
That's why I said Jessica Rabbit.
she's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just imagined that way in your mind.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I wonder why
So-
you chose to imagine.
he says he goes on to explain and says, yes, she has a room. Can I see a lamp behind you? Yes, you do see the lamp. Would you like me to turn that lamp on? It might look very
You
nice.
You're a lovely lamp.
What was her name, by the way? Sorry.
Actually, hold on.
The
Okay,
lamp doesn't have a name.
So I will. Hold on, 1 second.
You don't name your lamps.
I'll turn the lamp on in a moment. Let me just turn off my camera.
Rimsbath says,
Actually-
yes, just try.
Actually, 1 second. I'm gonna turn that into starting scene. I'll be with you in a moment.
Technical difficulties.
Hey guys, we can see behind the scenes. Oh!
Oh,
Da-da-da.
no! It's behind the screen.
Haha.
Right.
There we are.
Just shoo away the butler.
You
The
can't
butler's
actually
just going loud.
see
Hold on, the
that
butler's still leaving.
Yeah, originally the lamp was over on the side, and I wanted to put it like before I had the thing behind me. But I wanted to put it on there, but the wires are a little bit tangled.
Yeah.
The wires are a little bit tangled, so I couldn't actually put it up there.
Mhm. Yeah, the
That
lighting's a
actually
lot
looks
better
very
now.
nice.
Mhm.
That looks very nice, actually.
Yeah, Sharon, it looks like it's daytime where you are.
I know.
Yeah.
Originally, well, it's supposed to be up there, the lamp for this,
Mm.
but the wires are tangled, and I don't want to untangle them to then. Yeah.
Yeah. Kango, you're just on the time difference. Like, just shuffle over a little bit. Daytime, where you are. Nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
Basically, yeah.
so he goes on and he explains that she has rented a room here. Yes, a little bit late in her payments, but that's okay. That's okay. I have
What's her name?
plenty of space. Her name?
Name?
Alea Goldmark.
Leia
Allia. Alea, and then Goldmark.
Goldmark. There we go.
If you want to find her, I believe that she's currently working for the dye makers across the street. You'll be able to find her. If you do go over, I would offer you these. And he reaches into a little pouch that he has on his clothes and pulls out two kind of wooden cloth pegs. He says,
Those flags.
he says, but I do not believe that this would work on your beak.
No, probably not, but it's appreciated anyway.
Would the gnome like one? The smell can get quite nauseating in there.
Yes, Mima. Yes, Mima. Would the gnome want one?
Yeah, my name is Mama, yes. It's fine. Thank you for the offer. I'm
Right,
alright.
okay.
I'm alright.
Very well. The Crescent Snore is always open to you if you need a place to rest. If you need anything else, then please don't hesitate.
Thank you. That is very much appreciated. Very kind of you.
It gives you a broad smile as you leave. You step back outside and you can...
Okay, did you say he had a beard?
No, he did not have a beard. I said that he has dark skin, so dark brown skin, and he's got kind of greying hair. He's an older gentleman.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Right. So,
let's go over to the dye maker then.
Okay. You cross the street, not getting run over, and...
by a chariot.
And so you can see there's a little yard there, what looks like a partially stone-built, partially wood-built house. The kind of the lower half of the walls of this workshop house is made of kind of dry stone, so no mortar or very little mortar used. And then above that is built of wood. It's got a slanted ceiling with slate on top. And as you enter, you can see the doors are open, the workshop doors. As you enter, the smell is really bad. You are going to both have to give me Constitution saving throws.
Oh no!
God.
And this is actually historically accurate. Like, there were laws about dye makers not being able to be within certain distances of towns and villages because of this in the real world. But anyway,
What did they used to burn?
no, it's different thing. Like, well, they use different substances, different herbs, or depending on what dyes it is, different animal parts as well. And they ferment and undergo certain other chemical processes to then turn into the material which is dye, into the dye basically. And that those chemical processes that go on create a lot of byproducts in terms of gases and other things, which is usually very, very smelly. So, yeah.
Ooh. Pungent.
Right. So that's 17, okay. Can go.
Okay. It says modifier and race bonus is both 1, so
Choose
probably just
Raven,
+2, I'm
I think
guessing.
you had. Yeah, I think you had both.
Do you have proficiency in this?
Constitution?
Constitution saving throws.
Oh, saving throw. Oh, sorry.
I'm sure those are possible.
No, not. I can't see that now.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
Her and Clara put on gas masks.
Yeah.
Not in this era, you ain't.
Is that my voice?
Trying.
Thank you. There we go.
It's pretty good.
You're both fine. You can feel a gag reflex, but you manage to have yourself under control enough to not immediately get sick as you walk in here. You can see there... Thank you.
The gag
You
reflex.
can see the inner space of this building is one large workshop area, actually like a barn, basically. You've got support beams in the ceiling. You've got different tubs and different barrels full of different liquids, and you've got kind of hampers full of different herbs and different materials. One of them has a whole lot of sea shells in it. And you can see near the far end, there's a wooden tub with a little elevated platform next to it. The tub is fairly sizable, the little elevated platform next to it. And standing on top of the platform is the woman you had met before, now wearing not the red dress, but wearing more kind of work clothes, still the metal gauntlets, got her hair tied in a bun behind her, and she's currently kind of standing up on the platform, doing kind of a crushing motion with what looks like some sort of plunger-esque tool, maybe a little something like that. Imagine like a plunger with a long stick, only at the end it's not a suction thing, but instead it's a
like
wooden thing.
Yeah. Like a mortar, pestle and mortar.
No.
Kind of a big wooden paddle.
Pestle and Morty.
Almost. Only it's
Mortar!
a thing used to crush something. And so she's there, and you can hear, as she's crushing whatever's in the tub, you can hear kind of a wet, squishing, crunching sound.
Imagine just going in this place and immediately being sick. It'd be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So rude.
So yes, you are here.
But yeah.
She turns. Yes, I don't have any money on me. Sorry, I don't have any money.
We're
Period.
not here for money.
Oh God, no.
Oh, what do you want then?
Do you not recognize us from the other day?
We were in
Oh
town
yes.
before.
Oh yes, you were with the cleric of Tretherion. Yes. Oh, have you come to talk with me about things? Yes?
Yes, actually.
Indeed.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Right.
Would you mind if we stepped outside?
No, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The smell is definitely something to get used to, if you ever can. I'll be with you in a few minutes.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So you step outside, a few minutes.
As they dash for the door.
As soon as get outside.
Yeah. You step outside, and outside, it's the air feels as fresh and sweet as ever. Even though when you first arrived out here, you thought it's tank, but now it's fresh. It smells fresh. Comparison.
Oh.
And so you're waiting a few minutes,
Ooh.
and then she comes out as well. You can definitely smell a bit of that smell on her. She goes and she kind of washes herself with one of the water troughs that's there. And then she comes over to you as she's kind of rinsing her hair a bit. And says, right, so I don't have any money to pay you with, but I'm honest and I can pay off my debts. I promise. I just need a bit of time, and getting rid of these gauntlets will mean that I can earn so much more money performing. Where is the champion of Tritharion, by the way? As she looks around and realizes it's only you two.
Oh, Amichu, sure. Amichu, but one moment.
Oh, okay. Tick-tock goes the clock.
Even for the Amichu.
Okay, so how's everybody's day been?
Yes, chat.
Yeah, good.
Chat.
Oh yeah, you may as well read chat now, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just read the previous messages which I've not read out. I may as well. VGR said at the beginning, okay, so what happened so far? You woke up and had breakfast. Now the real adventure begins.
I'm back. Hello, sorry.
Hello.
Hello. Alright, seems it didn't miss much. Okay.
Right, welcome back.
Sure,
Sorry
sure.
about that.
So she's here, and she asked where the champion of Tritharion is. As she looks around, realizes it's only you two here.
He has other business right now, but we are here as his messengers.
Oh, are you his envoy?
Yes.
In a way,
Oh,
yes.
that is. Oh, Hima. I have. So, I have this issue. These gauntlets won't come off. I'm fairly certain that they are cursed, and I am a performer by trade. I am a bard. My spells my performing, it all relies on delicate hand motions, and it's really, really hard to do any of that with these things on my hands.
I can imagine.
Now, as a cleric of Tritherion, does the champion of Tritherion, does he know how to dispel curses? Please tell me that he knows how to dispel curses.
He knows how to dispel curses.
Well,
Oh, thank you so much.
well,
So
you're welcome.
envoy was a bit of a strong term. We are his messengers
Are you
in
his
this
cohort?
situation.
Are you his cohort?
Yes.
Well,
We're here on his official
Why are you lying?
Sorry, I've got the voice in my head now.
well, Brack is still in the city, and we are his messengers for the day.
Brilliant.
Good.
Brilliant.
God.
I am sure that he will do everything in his power to help you with your circumstance. May we ask how you came to have them?
Well, do you have time?
We have plenty of time,
yes.
ma'am. Trust.
Oh, right, okay. Well, so, as the flashback begins. No.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she says, she begins to explain. She says, well, do you mind if I sit down for this?
Yes.
Sure, go right
She,
ahead.
so you've been so you have sat down on like a log that's been kind of cut open to like a bench.
Okay.
And she sits down opposite you on one of the fences. Not to get too close because there is still a smell about her. And so she begins to explain. She says,
Okay.
well, my bardic abilities, it's a skill that I have learned myself in a little village where I come from. It is not on this island. It is far, far away. And, well, as I have started to gain my magical abilities, I started to perform little tricks and little magical presentations for people in towns around until I, through a turn of luck, encountered a man who knew of a divine instrument which could greatly aid me in my endeavors. He said that it was called the Divine Lyre of Persuasion. It is supposedly somewhere on this island, buried in a tomb. And I'm sure that you have heard the tales of adventuring parties finding wondrous items and gaining great power. Well, I did not want to go on this adventure at first, but as he explained, that he was a trader, and he had his ship was standing by in the harbor, and he said that several cities on this island are kind of crossroads for adventuring parties, and that it would be easy to find a party here. And so I decided to go on my first real adventure, and I made it here. And as it turns out, he was true to his word. We arrived here, and very quickly I found some other adventurers to go on this journey, and we located the supposed resting place of this divine lyre, and well, you see, we entered this underground space, and things turned bad quite quickly. We got separated somehow, and there were things in there with claws and with... I don't want to go into that. Anyway, in my desperation, I found these gauntlets. I put them on to give me some sort of protection, and it must have worked because somehow I managed to escape. I have no idea where the rest of my party members went. I tried finding people to go look for them. I was unable to do so, and I've been unable to take these off since. I've been to the House of Harmony. I've spoken with. Hold on, let me just look up the name. I've spoken with. Hold on.
My memory is fading.
I've spoken
the
with.
smell.
I've spoken with Miragani, the Councillor of
Miragani?
Faiths.
Oh,
okay, but the amount that they charge to lift a curse from these items is, it would be months and months until I could afford that. I even went over to Vale Rift to the new shrines that are under construction there, the new temple complex, and there. They are also under the council, and so their prices are the same.
I have to. Yes, religion does seem to be quite money-based these days.
And so you can believe my luck to have run into the champion of Tritherion. Please, I just need to get rid of these things. I will admit I don't have any money to pay you right now, but I will be more than willing to offer my services as a bard to join the champions. And as he indicates, over to you.
Yes, I mean, we
already have
to begin with, but well, that would be something to discuss with Brack himself, preferably, and then he can say what he wants in return, if anything.
How long have you been afflicted with these?
Yes, that's an excellent question.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you,
fellow.
fellow.
It's been a while. It's maybe a few weeks, maybe longer.
Oh, I thought you were going to stay a few months.
I thought this was years ago.
We're just downplaying it, like for a few weeks.
Come on.
Your hands must be very sweaty under there.
Yes, I have. I have also thought about nail growth, and there's not really much space in here for the nails to. That's not become an issue yet, but I really don't want to find out how that works with these things on.
Sounds horrifying.
I understand. I have to do my own talons every now and then. Yes. Yes. If you would like to accompany us back, we could maybe wait for Brook. Yes.
Oh yes, yeah. Of course. I am done here.
You should. We will
need to tell him, hey, we're here. So.
Yes. Well, we can go back and wait. Once the boys' trip is over.
The boys' trip.
Yeah, the boys' trip.
And Carl's a boy as well.
Yeah, but he's with a lady. So it's not the boys' trip, this is the boy and lady trip.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
So, right, lead the way.
Mima, are you okay with this?
Sure, yes.
Okay. Yes, onwards, the Brack Brigade. We shall return back.
The Brack Brigade.
The Brack Brigade, back to the barracks.
The Bracade.
Brigade, nice.
1 second.
Is the scale god back for revenge?
Oh no.
Probably.
Okay, well that's a lower roll. Good. So, I'm assuming you're going to wait at the Shiny Scale, or Scaly Shine, the Scaly Shine Tavern. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Are there places for her to? No. Okay. As we are passing, will we pass by the Wise Pearl?
Yes.
Could we offer her a free bath?
Oh my.
Well, us pay for her.
Sure. If you want to offer,
we shall offer as we pass. Just
sure.
offer. Maybe.
Okay, she graciously accepts.
Okay.
Okay.
Mima?
So who's
Like, Kanga, do you not remember Emichu's goal from last stream about money expenditure? This
No.
campaign?
Okay, how much?
It's 1 silver piece for the simple bath, which is the kind of communal thing.
It's a simple bath.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you, mother.
I can spare 1.
Okay. So,
You get a complimentary biscuit or cake, whatever it is. Very nice.
Shortbread, I think it was, right?
Shortbread.
it was a cream cake. Also, it wasn't.
Cream cake.
Also, it wasn't complimentary.
It was just the
Oh no! Oh, no!
It was.
It
It was paid for. You paid for that.
It was
Yeah.
it was complimentary for car.
True. Anyway, she
Okay.
goes in, has her bath, and as she comes out, you can see
The
that
gauntlets are gone.
no. Oh, that was only a little soap. Who knew? No, the gauntlets are still on, and you can see as she's coming a little bit of water dripping out from like the cracks between.
Oh
them.
no! That must be so uncomfortable.
Mm.
Comes out. She says, "That was. I needed that. Thank you, genuinely. I knew that the companions of the champion of Tretharion are good people."
Willis, are you sweating right now?
Da, 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 da.
So, you make it back to the Scaly Shine Tavern. There are a few more people here now. You can see that Zara is back behind the bar,
Mhm.
and
Zara, woo!
so now we've got a few minutes left.
Mm.
So we'll
Oh god, that
bloody
ain't
hell.
back.
yeah, got a few minutes left. I mean, to be fair, with all the stuff that went on before we started, we only started like 20 minutes past, really, the gameplay.
Breakfast took half an hour.
So, you've finished in Jarson's office, and
Actually, before we go, I just want to say, if there's anything that I could do, or perhaps a matter that you would wish to call on me for to assist, I feel it is my sort of a duty to help where I can, if need be.
okay, he says, well, there are ways that you can expedite when the contract will be activated, but you really need a contract who carries favor for that.
Of course.
If that is indeed
Yeah.
was your intent, yes.
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 Yeah,
Expedite.
Roomspot says.
I assume that means just. I assume that just means speed up.
Yeah. Expedite means speed up.
Mm.
So yeah, Rumsford says go overtime. I mean, I'd be happy to go overtime a little bit, unless other people. I mean, only if everybody is okay with it. I don't want to.
I mean,
I
I
am
think
personally fine with that.
so am I. I mean, I think our next stop is just the temple. So we'll have a quick look
Yeah.
there.
So I'd like
Sure.
to have that scene if you want to go to the temple.
Okay.
So, as we simply step out of the building,
Mm-hmm.
so like,
Well,
are we not out of the building yet?
actually, sure, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, as we're at the building, I'm like, oh bloody hell! I'm not used to that. I'm just wiping the sweat from my brow. Look over at Brack and be like, thank you for coming with me. That would have been a lot more difficult without you.
Yeah. That's what friends are for, right?
Shut up, Eddie!
You going to the temple?
Okay. So you step outside, and by this time the sun is already a bit higher in the sky. It's still not noon yet, but it's a bit higher. The morning mists have faded, and you can see a few more people walking around from a few of the different buildings walking across. Some people in ordinary clothes, other people in more official-looking clothes. carrying things, or just people about. It's a bit busier now. You can see in the distance what looks like a woman wearing another one of those kind of maroon velvety robes with a gold trimmings and those embroidered green dragon heads on the shoulders. Her cloak it's open. You can see underneath she's got on this white and sky blue little dress. She's got blonde flowing hair, and she looks about maybe 18, if that. And yeah, she walks from one of the buildings, and you can see some other people in her path kind of stop and kind of nod as she passes. And she walks over.
Lady of power.
And she walks in to the main kind of fancy big entrance, which is now open on the main temple, main palace structure. She walks up the steps and goes in there.
I say lady of power, I mean a child of power.
I was going to say we have this thing called the Green Matriarch, who is let me remind you, a dragon. So
Child power.
Yeah, but
I think we already have a lady of power. Not that there's
She's
anyone
wearing-
more, of course, but
I was going to say she's wearing blue. I don't think this is the green matriarch.
yeah.
So,
But she had dragon heads on her robe.
yeah.
True.
Like the trade counselor had also.
Yes.
And also, like the guy you originally saw exiting the Wise Pearl Bathhouse when you first passed by it.
What's the temple to? Or do we not know that yet?
You're not there yet. So, follow the paths around the side, through some more gardens that are beautifully blooming, through some what looks like marble archways, as you enter a little temple complex. There are a few smaller buildings with just open doorways. There aren't any doors there. It's just opening doorways, basically, entering those. Inside, you can see the light of candles. You can immediately smell incense burning. And yeah, there are a few clerics around, praying at different shrines. Yes, what would you like to do here?
Are there shrines to multiple gods here,
Yes.
or is it one specific, or?
There are shrines to multiple gods here.
Is there any shrine to Tritherion?
Perception check.
Sure, why not? You can see it's not one of the big shrines or statues, but you can see you can follow a little gravel path through some blooming rhododendrons, and as it curves through those, so there's kind of deep green tall bushes with waxy leaves and bright piercing purple flowers. You curve through that, you come to a little opening with two simple benches, kind of a mossy stone floor, and there's a little shrine there. It looks almost like a well in its construction, so it's a little platform like built out of marble with a little roof on top, and in the middle of the platform there is a statue of Tritherion there. You are the only two here.
Just need to look up. Being as I'm a wizard, I assume I'd know who the god of magic is, like off the top of my head.
Probably, yeah, but I haven't looked that up, or I haven't looked into that. So you would know the name probably.
That's why I'm getting the player's handbook up.
Yeah, but well, it may not be the same one as that's in the player's handbook. I haven't really done that bit of world building yet. Your character knows this bit of information, but I can't give it to you at this point.
Okay,
The
that's
character knows, but you do not.
Yeah.
Player do not. Boo.
So, right, you are here at this shrine. What would you two like to do?
Well, I say, Arkin, if you will excuse me for a little bit, I'm going to meditate here at the shrine to my patron.
Oh, of course, of course.
And then I'm kind of like, I guess, kind of meditate at the shrine, seeking guidance on
Why am I getting visions of
what's it?
gauntlets?
Yeah.
No, if a way to assist Talon, or to, free him, or find out who actually, if there's guidance on who the actual thief is,
Interesting.
since
Oh.
that's his. Well, let's just say Tritherion is kind of a god that helps right wrongs and
Justice.
justice. Yeah. So I'm going to meditate
Okay.
for guidance in assisting Talon.
Make a religion check.
Oh,
Come on.
Religion.
Okay, for guidance for a good roll.
yeah. the god of
Imagine if
guidance.
Arkan chose now to use his 2 for this. Do you have any bonuses to religion?
No, it's +0.
Ooh, unfortunately. However,
well,
actually,
hang on,
tell
hang
you
on.
what. No. Before you do this, tell you what. I should have said this before, but I forgot that it was a mechanic in this because I'm used to 5th edition. I'm going to, since you're doing this at a shrine specifically to that god,
Advantage.
I'm going to allow you to roll with advantage. So you get to roll again and then take the higher of the 2 rolls.
You roll a 2.
I do have a 6 if need be.
I mean, that's better than a 3.
If like the DC is 5+ or whatever.
See, Arkan's there whistling, distracting you.
We're trying to find like the god of magic.
Distracting the god.
Nice man.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
Give him the 6.
so
I mean, actually gonna hang on. I'm just considering whether or not I give him this. Oh no, I
It's too
can only
late.
do that after.
Yes, it's too late for that. So you spend some time there in
And I'm suddenly struck by lightning.
contemplation.
Yeah.
You heretic.
So,
No, that would be in that one.
so even though this is a shrine to Tritherion, you get the feeling that the divine energy of prayer and of divine magic, essentially, that is emanating from all the other clerics who are praying to the other gods and all that, is almost overpowering in this instance. You feel that you can't get a clear connection to your deity at this
You're
particular
on
time.
dial-up and they're on the phone.
Should
So-
have dusted it off first.
It feels like perhaps you should try this again when the space is a little less crowded around the other shrines. Because this is, again, during the time of morning prayers. So,
There's too much interference.
the feeling that, tonight's gonna be a good night.
The feeling.
That's a
that
song reference, isn't it?
Yeah,
Tonight's
that's
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
a
good night.
good night.
Good night. Yes.
We're singing with Alea,
Who?
Elia, yeah.
Oh yeah.
the lady.
Yeah.
So, is there anything for... So while Brack is doing this, is there anything Arkan would like to do? Maybe look around or just there?
I mean, I very much doubt there's a god of contracts.
I being honest with you
So
here,
no-
being honest with you, I haven't come up with the vast majority of the stuff in this temple const, so I don't know specifically which gods are here or not.
That's fair, but I assume there is a god of magic somewhere.
A god of wizardiness.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, the thing is, arcane magic. So there, arcane magic is kind of opposed to divine magic, and so I haven't world built how those two kind of interconnect in that way. So I can't tell you that, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I guess I'll just sort of like just look round and admire the beauty of the place, because religious architecture is always very nice.
Indeed, this is. So, some time passes, and at this point, Brack finishes his meditation. And yes, is there anything either of you would like to do here still, or
Are there any clerics or anybody that's like not in prayers that are just like doing like
Clericy things.
there are as you
administrative duties or whatever kind of stuff?
as you're leaving this kind of rhododendron area and go back out where it's more open, you do see there are a few clerics who look like they're currently tending to the gardening duties or of maintaining the flower beds and all that sort of stuff.
What, your gods can't do that, huh?
You and your
Don't you have a god of gardening?
gardening.
I'm going to approach them and talk to them and say, you know, is there any kind of like library or find out information, you know, like the local lore and information about the Green Patriarch or Matriarch?
I made that mistake as well.
So, the man you speak with, he kind of goes up, and you can see that he had some gardening shears. He felt in one hand. He looks over. He's still got a hood up. He speaks and he says, "If you seek information about the Green Matriarch, I would suggest that you speak with the counselors directly. You will not be able to find much in terms of books, since," he looks around, says, "since the Green Matriarch is not very fond of those."
Oh, wow, she's illiterate.
Yeah.
A book burden.
I was going to say book burner, yeah. Well, it's a dragon.
It's a dragon.
Well, she's a dragon. So it's
Oh,
fairly
she
easy
tries
burn
to
book.
read and they just burn.
Oh. Well, that reminds me. In Skyrim, a dragon's a dragon's like fire breath is sort of a shout in a way. So
Oh, yeah.
I just love that idea of a dragon telling another dragon, "Hey, I just wanted to tell you something. I like you," and then accidentally spewing like a burst of flame.
"I like you," and then this is just a...
Yeah.
Ah!
Right, so he just told you about, you probably won't be able to find many books about that sort of stuff. So, what would you like to say?
Are any other ways to learn about the lore of the island? And
Well, you can always speak with the common folk. The people who have lived here for many years have seen a lot of things. If you have coin to pay, many people's mouths are not as shut as they may at first seem.
Why did you snigger at that, Imogen?
That was a sneeze.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, that was a sneeze.
Harumph,
Sure,
harumph.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay, and who was that? He said the counselor of directories.
No, he said just any of the counselors. If you, I mean, you can maybe ask him about what counselors there are.
Okay, what counselor would know the most that, you know, about the lore of the island and the Green Matriarch and, you know, history and that kind of stuff?
Let me see. So, thanks for a moment. And then it says...
Do you have coinage?
He says... If you are looking for information of the island's history, then it would probably behoove you to speak with Hinal. He is the Counselor of Construction. He is a half-elf who is getting on in his years somewhat, and he has lived a long life already. He has many stories to tell, probably. However, he may need some persuasion. If you would like to speak with someone who may be more easy to convince to part with information, however, I would suggest that you speak with Gmarim, the Councillor of Tax. He is a goblin man.
Hadding?
Garim, so Gmarim, so Gmarim. I'll post it in Rock20.
I nearly bloody nailed that spelling.
And the other one is this one.
Oh, I did nail
Thank you. I was way off on that one.
Okay, then.
Okay, where can I find these?
Well,
I would wager at the House of Harmonies.
Gmarim is... They are difficult to speak with directly unless you have official business. However, looks at you, notices the you've got the
Amulet.
kind of bad the symbol of Tretharion
Isn't the
that
amulet?
you're wearing.
The Triskelion.
Yes, the gamesters of no, that's a different thing.
Yes, I'm a
Um,
gamester.
Getting
Yeah, how's your dome doing, by the way? Anyway, notices that, and I'm going to let you make a persuasion check with advantage because of this.
Come on.
Persuasion.
Oh,
Hey!
Is
That's not
that
so bad,
so?
right?
Is that also
Oh.
plus nothing? Do you have a
Oh, is it a
do you have a
12?
bonus
Wait,
to
no.
that?
Oh, wait, it should be two separate 1d20s, right?
Well, yeah, it should be two separate
Yeah.
1d20s, and you add the bonus to each one.
But wouldn't it be 12 and 9?
It's zeros. So
Okay, well then
it's
yeah,
12 and
it's a
9.
12 and a
It's a 12.
9. Okay.
Okay.
So he says there may be a location where several of the councillors frequent. However, such information is valuable, and we need
Dang
to
it.
pay to maintain these gardens ourselves. A small donation would be much appreciated.
Oh, yeah, the gods work with gold.
And you can see from his long kind of drooping robes, he kind of takes out his arm and extends his hand open.
I'm beginning to think you
What's-
actually don't have a god of gardening around here.
Nice.
If only you were in this
And
scene. If only you were in this
maybe
scene.
I
Nice.
reach out and shake his hand and drop a gold coin.
Oh!
Oh dear.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna be sassy.
Okay. So as you go
That
to
was
shake his
great.
hand at first, he looks a little confused, but then as he feels that familiar metal coin in his hand, of because the different coins have different shapes as well. So the shape of a golden coin.
Okay.
He
Oh, you
takes
should've
it.
given me a copper.
He gives a long nod and he says, most of the councillors, including Gmarim and Hinal, tend to frequent the Wise Pearl bathhouse daily, usually in the evening, once their work in office has concluded. They usually go for a deluxe bath and then a massage after. That is probably the easiest way of getting in contact with them directly. Wise Pearl, yes, Wise Pearl bathhouse.
Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Yes,
Give me
we
that gold one.
appreciate your assistance and have a good day.
You as well,
Yeah.
friend. of Tritherion.
As we leave, I'm just gonna slightly just stick my nose up at the priest, and then just sort of follow back.
Stick your nose up at what?
You feel a hand grab the back of your collar. No.
Come
You
back here.
feel a tentacle.
No. So,
Bring your nose up at my garden, will you?
So, are you
Or it's
going
not-
to make?
or-
Are you
or-
going
or
to
it's
make?
not-
Are you going to make your way back to the Scaly Shine Tavern now, or are you going to do something else?
I believe we'll head back to the tavern. It's
Yeah.
probably getting close to lunchtime, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
should
it's
we,
getting towards around noon, so yeah, probably.
should we do that
Say
meeting?
by the time we get there, it'll probably be
So that's something.
lunchtime.
That's
I was gonna
something
say-
to do next time.
Hey.
Okay.
I feel that for the first time that we've had a proper split party. That actually went fairly well in terms of how everybody kind of got to do something and had
And we actually
story.
made some progress.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we're live
See,
streaming.
it's not that bad. It's not bad.
It only took 2 months.
VGR says Clara has fallen asleep.
Has just fallen asleep. Okay,
Oh,
well,
just. Oh, right.
that was a
Okay.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
It feels
was.
it feels really good to like one of my favorite things as a GM is to be able to give little bits of lore and backstory and that sort of stuff when the players request it. And so I was having a lot of fun this session myself.
Hey.
Lovely.
Very important.
It's like leaving breadcrumbs for people to try and find.
Yeah, but it's important to not force any lore stuff on the players because then it's not fun for anybody.
No, it's important for you to have fun.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow is editing and uploading to YouTube. Anyway, okay, yes. Yes, it was, says Rimspot. In a while, crocodile, says Sebastian. Yeah, indeed. So, I'll get back...
And you got a raid. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Yeah. I mean, they
anyone
even
talk
left
about-
all the jewelry. They left the jewelry. They even left. they. It's surprising how little they took actually.
Yeah, I was
Ah,
gonna
but-
say,
but-
did any of them say anything in the chat?
Yeah, they posted
Yeah.
a couple of messages when they came in. Yeah.
Mostly
Oh, I
emojis.
love it.
I bet they left all their party cups though, and all the mess.
Yeah,
And
you're the person. You always have the worst time if you're one of the people. If you're the person
Hosting the party.
yeah, all the confetti.
Anyway,
Also, we never got the name of the hooded figure.
yeah. I mean, to be honest.
Scamalot.
Oh, you mean the cleric?
In the other shrines, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is just one random cleric. I hadn't prepared a name for him
Okay.
anyway.
It's
Yeah,
just
so, yeah, Sir Scamalot.
generic cleric,
Blue.
generic cleric number 1.
Okay. Bye bye.
Generic.
Sure.
Also, I will get back to you about the Minecraft mods stuff as soon as I've actually tested it and done that. I'll do it as soon as possible. But yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah. Looking forward to the next session.
Okay. With that, bye bye everybody, and
Indeed.
look forward to the session report video. People watch, not you, not you. People
No,
watching.
no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which will be uploaded on
Already.
the second channel, but it'll be put in the playlist anyway.
One day.
So, good night everybody. Bye bye.
Indeed.
Bye.